Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have y'all here with me today. I'm excited because I am back with the Just Our Imagination open playlist. I will have the host and co-host information in my description box below, as well as that playlist. So stop by and tell them May say hello. So we were challenged this month to use some of these bath sponges. I can't think of the name of them. Loofah sponges, I guess. I don't know. Some pea pods, some fly swatters, and a bamboo cutting board. So when I saw the list of items, I got a little tickled. I'm like, I wanted to jump in on this one. And so we're going to start out with this fly swatter. And I'm just going to, at this point, just cut around the edges of the fly swatter because I just want to use those pieces as little strips. Okay. So I did cut down 2 and I got a total of 6. So we're going to just set those to the side for right now. And just to give you guys full disclosure, I did a lot of painting, and all of this is just going to come together at the end because it's just all going to come together at the end. But so you may see some jumping around, a little bit more than normal. But if y'all know, y'all been here for a minute, you guys know. Go and tighten up those little buckle straps and let's just take this shenanigan ride together, okay? So, I did a lot of painting. I tried not to put too much in here, but some of it was inevitable. I just had to keep it here. But anyway, those pea pots, they just soaked up so much paint. It was a nightmare, but we made it through. So once I got that all painted, now we're going to just start the assembly process. And I will tell you guys here, I was thinking, okay, the pea pot, I know it's plastic, but maybe the hot glue will just work. And I totally should have used some stronger adhesive here, but just, y'all know me. I was just rolling. So anyway, we went in with the little hot glue, and it came to me one night of what I was going to do. Because like I said, when I saw the list of items, it took up my little soul, and I was like, this is going to be hilarious, It's one night I was laying here like, what are you going to do with a fly swatter? Like, what can you do with a fly swatter? But I love challenges like that. So it came to me, I was like, oh, let's make a miniature bird cage. See if we can pull that off. We did, in a sense, but I mean, hey, I liked it for it being a fly swatter and pea pots and bath sponges. I think it was okay. All right. So right here, after I get that all glued, I'm taking the spongy part of this, or the mesh part of this, and I'm cutting it down. I was not sure what I was going to get when I cut it, but it came out in like strips. So I guess it's just one continued mesh strip in there. But anyway, I'm taking some of this, I think it's cinnamon color paint, and I'm just going to paint the little pieces that I cut off from that bath sponge or loofah. And I do this for several pieces because since we're making a bird cage, I wanted to put like a little nest. I was thinking in terms of like Spanish moss, but it wasn't really giving me mossy vibes. It was giving me more of a nest vibe once I finished it. So that's what we're going to call it. Now it is a bit more like orangey than I wanted, but hey, it is what it is, so I just roll with this. So I'm just putting in some hot glue there and just kind of scrunching it back up together and just putting it down in there. Now I am using one of these little plastic protectors to keep from burning my fingers because okay, it's mesh, so the hot glue is going to seep through it. I wasn't sure if it was going to melt it or not, but it actually stuck in there pretty nicely. So I was like, okay, we're going to just keep rolling with this. And that's what we did. We just kept rolling with it. So after I show you guys that for the millionth time, there we go. We're going to keep doing it and doing it. We're going to keep going. Because that's what we do. So while we're doing that, all right, there we go. So now we have it. Am I going to add some more, y'all? I am. I know I am. Because that's just me. Because just keep going, right? All right, so anyway, I'll just go ahead and give the spiel. We are doing the Just Our Imagination Challenge, which is hosted by Kathy from Kathy Joe DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace. The co-host or the guest host this month is Carolyn from Craft Classy and Cindy from Z9 Designs. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I will have their information in my description box below, as well as that playlist. You got some talented creators that join in this open playlist every month, so definitely stop by to see what they have for you today. All right, so here we are going to go ahead with the little bird. I chose yellow because it kind of fell in line with the other projects that I'm going to do for this, and so I was like, let's just, keep it all together. And I just chose a little bird, set him down in the nest. Now I know it's not like the perfect nest, but it's a mesh nest, so hey, and sometimes it's a hot mess nest, but it's all right. We just keep rolling. So then I'm taking one of my macrame rings, and I was gonna put another one of the little strips. I was gonna cut another piece off of one of the other fly swatters and put it in front, but I was like, nah, we're gonna just leave our little bird nest open right there in the front. Okay, so now I'm taking a half bead. After I put the macrame ring on there to hold all of that together, we're going to put a half bead on top of that. Okay, bird down. All right, we brought them back. Now we're going to take this 1-inch wood medallion. I'm going to put that on top of the half wood bead. Then we're going to go in with this other little wood piece that I had in my stash that I painted gold for some other project and popped it off. But there you have it, our little bird cage. Isn't that cute? That would be so cute for a tier tray. Now we're going to jump into another part of this project. So everything will be shown at the end in the final reveal. If you've been with me any time, you know that's pretty much how I roll. But all of these just kind of went together. All right, so these are some different shape pea pods. They kind of reminded me of an egg carton, but I cut them down into 4s, as you can see there. And now, as you can also see, I'm painting the bamboo board that you can get from Dollar Tree. I'm painting that in black as well. Everything I pretty much painted today was in black, but anyway, once the pea pods dry, we're going to just go ahead and add them to the bottom of our bamboo board, and these are going to be feet. So when I saw them, that's instantly what I saw. I saw little planters, kind of the planters you put like in the front of your garage. I don't know, that's what they remind me of, and they remind me of some really nice legs for risers. So that's what we're rolling with, and they're actually pretty sturdy. So this part of this was very simple, very basic, and I wanted to keep it that way because I know I would use this more than I would use the other items, so I didn't want to overly embellish it. So I don't know what was happening. Oh, right here I decided to try to cover up, because you can see the glue where the macrame ring and that half bead was connecting, so I tried to cover that up with this gold string, but it just made it worse. So I had this braided gold trim here, and I decided to cover that up and that worked better. I thought maybe it would be a little bit too large for the piece, but it actually worked out pretty nice. So I just roll with that, and it's again just for the sake of the project, and I actually like the way this came out. Now I was moving this quite a bit because remember I said with the whole plastic and hot glue and everything, it wasn't the sturdiest here, but once I got that clipped on, I do believe I flipped it over. I don't know if I left that on camera or not, but I end up flipping it over and just adding in like an obscene amount of hot glue down it. I mean, like you could swim in that hot glue, okay? So, because it was just shifting back and forth, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to do what we can do to see if we get this to work. And by the time I mounted all that hot glue on there, that baby was not going anywhere, okay? I put a lot. It was a lot. I cut it down, I think, but I did put a lot in there, and it worked out. And like I said, this is super cute. I can totally see this just sitting on a riser, miniature riser like this, or on a tier tray, like I said. And you can really paint it any color. I probably should have went with white looking back on it. I don't know why I thought to do it in black. I don't know why, but white would work there too. Anyway, so now we're going to move on to another part of this project where we're going to take and cut squares out of 2 of the fly swatters. And I'm cutting them to cover this tulip wood cutout that I had in my stash that I believe it may have come from Hobby Lobby, but as I often tell you guys, don't bet your last dollar on that because I don't know where it came from. To be perfectly honest with you, it was in my stash and who knows how long it was there. But then I'm going in with my heavy duty heat gun here and I'm really just pumping that heat on there. And I did get a little too close on both of them. I'm going to do 2 of these and it melted it way more than it should have, but it's okay. We got a remedy for that. But I just melted it down to let it go to to form the shape of that tulip, and it worked out pretty good. Now I was on the fence that maybe I should have painted underneath, but then I got to thinking maybe it would have burnt the paint, so I played it safe and left the wood as is. Okay, because I did a play kind of thinking, if worst case scenarios, just kind of like wood burning when you're doing scorching. And so when you're scorching the wood, I'm like, okay, we just putting plastic on top of it. How bad can it be? So it worked out, but like I said, in certain spots I did overheat it, but don't worry about it. We got that covered. So that was burning my fingers. That's why you see me jumping. It was burning my fingers because I was trying to be superwoman and grab it like, you got this, but I didn't have it. It had me. All right. So it cooled fairly quickly, and I'm sitting there. I'm like just trying to, tap it to make sure I don't burn myself again. But it did cool off pretty quickly. So here I'm going to go in with some of this. I believe it's antique green paint, or vintage green. I think it's antique green. And I'm just painting the leaves on here. I was trying to give it a little highlight, but I didn't like that. So I repainted it, and I'm deciding to go back in and trace it out a different way. And I like this a lot better. It almost gave it like look like leaves, but it also made it kind of look like it was sitting down in something. It was really cool. I like it. So, and I'm just doing that with my paint pens, as you can see right there. And I do that for both of them. And I really wanted y'all to see that. Oh my goodness. All right. So once we got that going, I was like, maybe I can color this in. It won't be as noticeable. But again, I'm still going to cover this. But I was just thinking maybe that would help it along a little bit. But it really didn't. You can just see that big gap there. But again, don't worry. We are going to remedy that in just a few seconds right here. So what I decided to do to cover up those holes, I decided to take some little pre-miniature bows that I had in my stash, and I decided to just put those right on those spots. And I was like, it's gonna look a little odd, but it actually looked really cute. It really did come out cute. At least in my opinion, they came out cute, and I thought that was a pretty clever use of how to use, the fly swatters. I don't know. I just thought so. But I like them. I think it came out cute. I don't know. Kudos to me. I like it. All right. So then next I had 2 more of those vase-shaped pea pots that I painted in that cinnamon color paint because I was trying to get it to a terracotta color, and I didn't think to use my terracotta color paint, but it was because I had the cinnamon paint closer. But they actually still look very close to terracotta color, in my opinion. So I just cut down some of that pool noodle to put down in there because that is where we're going to put our fly swatter tulips. Yep. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm hot gluing those down in there, and it was, it has a hole in the bottom so the glue was seeping through. So yeah, it was a whole thing. So right here, I'm taking a piece of a skewer stick, and I'm just adding that to the bottom of our fly swatter tulips. I know, huh? And that is going to help us to put that in place for in our little pea pots right there. So what I decided to do once I put, let me slow down. Let me not jump ahead. We're going to stick those right in there. And what I decided to do was take some of these 1.5-inch wood medallions and put those right on the bottom. I did also leave those in their natural state as well, just because I didn't see a need to paint them. But if by some weird chance you decide to recreate this, by all means, you can paint them all the same color. I kind of like that little lightness it added to it. Again, just me being me, and it could be the lazy part of me. But yeah, I was cool with it. So here I'm going to take some more of that yellow bath sponge, and we're just going to tuck that in right around our fly swatter tulips. Okay, and that's going to be it pretty much for these pieces. I did what I do for one, I do for the other. And knowing me, I probably left both of them in here. But there you have it. Our fly swatter tulips. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I will also tell you that if you do decide to do something like this and you are using your heat gun to melt that plastic, please, 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 please do the right thing. Wear safety gear, wear a mask so you're not inhaling those fumes. I had my window open, the fan blowing that night, so I was okay. It wasn't too horrible, but just please be safe, okay? So and I did forget to paint the back. I was going to try to find a corresponding paint color to do the back, and I totally forgot, but y'all know me. All right, now we're moving on to the final piece of this project, which is our terracotta teacup. And if you have been here with me anytime, you know that on this channel we have been doing a series called the Terracotta Teacup series, where we take a terracotta pot, add a handle to it, add a theme to it, and we are calling them terracotta teacups. We are now on number 81. Okay, so I do like to show them at the end of each video. I have been able to collect some other images. I have not gotten all of them back, but I have been able to collect some of them, so stick around for that as well, because you will it goes by pretty fast, but you kind of get an idea of what we created. It's approaching a year that we've been doing this, so I'm really excited about it, that we're on the road to 100. So stick around for that as well, okay? So right here, I'm taking half of a macrame ring. That's what's going to turn this from a terracotta pot to a terracotta teacup. If you don't have the macrame rings, you can totally do this without doing that. And, it will still be just equally fun and cute. Okay, and I decided normally I would paint the terracotta pot to whatever, you know, I'm doing, but for this, because we are actually doing a bouquet of tulips, I was like, I want to see them in the true terracotta pot, so I opted not to paint them and paint it. And so we're just gonna add in our tulips. We put in there a piece of pool noodle, as you saw, and we added in some of that pink color sponge underneath just to kind of brighten up that yellow. Not that it needed to be brightened up anymore, but I was like, hey, we put it in the pea pots, why not put it in the terracotta teacup? So I thought the two colors together, the yellow, the pink, and like I said, we were using yellow pretty much throughout everything. Then I had this super cute little miniature resin bunny. Like, I was like, oh, she has on the pink and yellow. We have to figure out a way to get her in here. So I'm just adding in a little bit of my Aleene's tacky glue right here. And we're going to just wait for that to get slightly tacky. And then we're going to add her into our terracotta teacup. But first, we're going to go ahead and add our handle on to our little pot. And I think that's so cute. So simple. Like, this is probably one it was probably the more simplest of all that I've made. It required very little of me. So I'm just going to put her right in front. And there she is. And then we're going to take some of this super moss and we're going to put this right where the saucer and the terracotta pot meet. I don't know. I just felt like it did need something else around there. And so, yeah, I just decided to do that. I don't think it hurt anything, but everything is going to be placed on our riser, and that's how it comes together. And here we are in the final reveal. And lovies, if you are still here riding with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know how much I love to chat with you all after each and every video. So please do your girl a solid. And don't forget to hype this video. Everything I'm asking of you is 100% free to do. So go ahead, leave those comments. And don't forget the other spiel, y'all. Let me know if you had a favorite of today. And here we are with all of, well, not all of, the terracotta teacups. But here are a few of them. A little bit more than few. It does go by quite quickly. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it's not too lengthy, but and don't forget, lovies, that I am participating in the Just Our Imagination Challenge, which is hosted by Kathy from Kathy Jo DIYs, Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIYs. The guest host this month is Carolyn from Craft Classy, as well as Cindy from Z9 Designs. All of them are talented ladies, and we also have that awesome playlist that you don't want to miss out on. So please please don't jump, just stop by and tell them that May said hello. And I'm sorry, a little bit of the names are a little bit off. I tried to speed this up a little bit, so it just kind of lags before the next picture pops up. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but you guys should not be shocked. If you've been here anytime with me, you guys know how, how this goes, okay? But I hope you enjoy them. And also, don't forget to hit that hype button. When you hit the like button, you can only hype, I believe, on your tablet and your mobile device. So once you hit the thumbs up, the like button, you just scroll over to the right, and there is a hype button in that same little section there. You just tap on that, and it just gives us likes, and you can decide which content creator you want to hype. That's totally up to you. It helps us all out, one way or another. Do a solid for me, for your favorite content creator out there. It truly, truly does help us. And again, it's absolutely 100% free. So we appreciate it when we see that pop up and we see that love and support there. It just makes all the world of difference. And if you can't type the video, just hitting that thumbs up, leaving us comments, that is also a way that you can support our channel as well. So I hope that you liked something here today that was worthy of a like or a hype. But even if you don't like it, even if you give me a thumbs down, still, that helps my channel, not in the way that I would like, but it does help. So, but most of all, what's important to me is the comments. All right. So until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses. Happy crafting your days away. XOXO. Bye.